518 Steve Hurd, 71 Gary Jones, 7 of Matt Young, and 46 Nick Vermelier. We are racing. 91. We missed that car. That's Sandy Eccles.
Jim, I'm going to give you a little bit of a break here. This is a long race for a lot of money. Biggest four-cylinder field I can remember us having. I think we got 19 cars in this field tonight. Just shows you how important this day is and how much the province is talking about bracket racing. It's not scaring people at all. As a matter of fact, they want to go where the competition is and where the cash is, and that's Sauble Speedway. Not just tonight, but this weekend as well.
Up front right now, it's the number 76, Sean Taylor, that leads the number 7 of Brian Wilson Sr. Sean Taylor going very close to breakout 17.531. Breakout, remember, 17.5. Taylor in the 76. Going by that time, battling it out with the 7 of Wilson and the 46 of Wade Thorne. Then we got Mike Brown, followed by Cole Burrows, Johnny Peredinsky, and Cole Ecker in 08. Number 8 is Pat Farrell, followed by 14 of Brian Wilson Jr. And then we've got the 85 of Mike Peterson, but at the front, Peredinsky in the 4. Peredinsky has broke out 17.487. He'll drop back and take up his position. So Peredinsky is racing again.
And you see what it costs him. He goes way back to mid-pack. Not only do you lose space and time, but now you're back into traffic. So breakout is very costly. Remember, if you do that with 5 laps or less to go in the race, you're out of the race. So if you're going to do it now. Don't do it late.
Gary Jones did it in the race on the July 1st long weekend, came back and won it, Dave. But right now, it's the 76 who leads. That is 76 Sean Taylor, 7 of Brian Wilson Sr. Then we got 46 Wade Thorne and number 63 Cole Burrows. Sean Taylor, that time by a 17.869. His best lap is 17.531. Wilson in the 7 car. He ran an 18-second that time. His fast time, 17.5. Right now, here comes the 46 of Wade Thorne. Thorne, one of the best drivers in the province. He is in 3rd spot, battling it out with the 7 of Wilson Sr.
Dave, notice how Thorne backed right off. He was moving up really quick, and then it kicked into his head. Oh, I'm going way too fast. So he backed off right at the start-finish line, trying to save maybe 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second. That was enough, so he didn't break out. But you could tell that he knew he was close.
Coming by the start-finish line, Taylor continues to lead it, but Thorne is closing in that number 46. Wilson drops back to 3rd spot. Sean Taylor running a 17.8, Thorne a 17.7, and Wilson a 17.669, and the Taylor goes around. He almost lost it coming out. We got a breakout on the track, and breakout, we're going to try and figure out who that was that time by.
It was one of the leaders, but I couldn't tell myself, and I don't know if they can tell.
It would be the Brian Wilson Sr. car broke out. Number 7. Wilson ran a lap of 7. It looks like it was Wilson.
So our control tower will be on the radio with him. Now we're going to find out if he's running a one-way radio. Did he hear it?
Right now, 14 laps complete. We have got 25 to go. 46. He's your leader. That is Wade Thorne. Thorne. Out front of the 76 of Sean Taylor.
If it was the 7 car that broke out, that blue and with the white 7 on the side, or the yellow 7, I should say, he would have one more car to let by, which he has not done yet.
Up front, Wade Thorne leads lap number 16. Thorne running a 17.618. In second spot, the 76 of Sean Taylor, followed by 63 of Cole Burrows. Number 7, Wilson Sr., followed by the 08 of Pat Farrell, and the red 08, and that is Mike Brown. 4 is Peredinski. 85 is Mike Peterson. Yellow is out. Wade Thorne.
We've even talked about little ways to improve that, Jim, to have maybe a digital sign right at the start-finish line where you're coming down the straightaway and they flash the number that broke out. Maybe that's a solution to this too. There's still a learning process, but I think the drivers and the officials are doing a good job with it.
Reed is out. When you think of somebody breaking out, you think that it's always up at the front. Not always so. It could be somebody coming through trying to get to the front, and that's what happened in that case.
Well, that's why I mentioned that if you get too far behind, you're completely out of the race because you just can't make up that time without breaking out.
76 up front of Sean Taylor. Taylor running 17.526, and he is battling it out right now with Wade Thorne in that number 46. It is Taylor, then Thorne, Brian Wilson Sr., and number 63, Cole Burrows. Going back, it's Mike Brown in the 02 and 08 of Cole Ecker. Then we've got the number 85 of Mike Peterson. Next time by, it'll be halfway. It'll be 5 down and 5 to go. Halfway this time by, and it is going to be your halfway leader will be Sean Taylor. And at the line, Wade Thorne got by, but Taylor gets back the lead. 7 of Brian Wilson Sr. in third spot with 63 Cole Burrows. Going back through the field, we have got the 08 of Cole Ecker and the 02 of Mike Brown, the 85 of Mike Peterson, and the 71 of Gary Jones. Great racing throughout in this one, and Wade Thorne in that 46 has got a battle on his hands tonight with Sean Taylor in the number 76. It is Taylor, 76. Then we've got Thorne in 46, and 7 of Brian Wilson Sr., Cole Burrows in 63, and Cole Ecker in 08, Mike Brown in 02, 71 Gary Jones, and 85 Mike Peterson. A bit of a warning there on the track. Looks like it might have been to the number 7, but up front, Sean Taylor leads it, Dave.
Yeah, I think the 7 got into the side of the 4, Peredzinski. That was just a kind of a racing incident getting into turn 3 and 4, but still there was contact. And you want to make sure with a big field like we have tonight of 4-cylinder cars that you don't have people trying to make up ground by bumping another car. That'll cause a big wreck out here. We could lose 5 to 10 cars in a wreck. They are so closely together tonight.
15 laps to go. Back and forth between 76 Sean Taylor and 46 Wade Thorne. 7 Brian Wilson Sr. and 63 Cole Burrows. 08 of Cole Ecker and 71 Gary Jones. 02 of Mike Brown and number 7 of Mike Peterson.
And I think the 4 car might have just broke out.
The 4 car on the timer here, Peredinski. Yes, 17.399. So at the front now, the 7 car, 76 car of Sean Taylor trying to get around the 46 of Wade Thorne. Lead's been back and forth all race long between these two. It is Thorne being scored the leader, Taylor in second spot, Wilson third in 7 with 63 Cole Burrows. Laps are winding down. There'll be 11 to go this time by with Wade Thorne your leader.
And I think with the kind of speeds you're getting at the front of the field, Jim, if you're more than maybe 10 car lengths back, you're out of this race right now and probably are running out of time to get up there. So I think probably in the top 6 cars is our winner right now.
10 laps to go. Your race leader is Wade Thorne. Sean Taylor in second spot. Taylor goes by in the corner. Lead's been back and forth between the 76 and the 46. Wade Thorne, Sean Taylor, then Brian Wilson Sr. and 63 Cole Burrows. Then we go to 71 Gary Jones, who all of a sudden comes into the picture. 08 is Cole Ecker. Laps are winding down here. We are down to 8 laps to go. Wade Thorne and Sean Taylor, the lead, going back and forth between those two. On the back straightaway, Taylor's always strong. On the front straightaways, it's Thorne that picks up momentum every time going by.
And now we've got Burrows up against the wall in turn 4. I did not see what happened.
Matt Young, the 4 of Johnny Peredinsky. Green flag is about to fly. It is out and we're racing. Off and racing with the number 46. Down the back chute of Wade Thorne, pulling away on Sean Taylor. Thorne, here comes Taylor right back. Then 7 of Wilson and 08 of Ecker. 85 of Mike Peterson, number 8 Pat Farrell, and number 7 of Matt Young. 14 problems. Wilson in the rhubarb gets back on the track, and he goes from 3rd all the way back to about 8th. So Brian Wilson Sr. falls back to 7th actually, and it is the number 46 of Wade Thorne that's got his biggest lead of the race. Thorne. Then we've got Cole Ecker going back to Pat Farrell with 5 to go. Mike Peterson in 85 and 7 Matt Young. 76 Sean Taylor falls back. Sean Taylor's fallen back to 6th after being up front all race long. Down to 4 laps to go. Laps are winding down in this 40-lap feature event. Wade Thorne. Then we've got Cole Ecker, followed by Pat Farrell, Matt Young, and the 76 of Sean Taylor. 7 of Bobby Told, 85 Mike Peterson. And right now, up front, 46 Wade Thorne. Wade Thorne. Coming around, there'll be 2 laps to go this time by. 2 to go for Thorne. It's Thorne. Then we've got the 08 of Ecker. Then it's 7 of Matt Young, 8 of Pat Farrell, 76 Sean Taylor, 7 Brian Wilson Sr., and the white flag is out. 1 to go. 1 to go. Final lap. 46. Wade Thorne out front of the 08. Of Cole Ecker, 7 of Matt Young, in for the checkered flag, and the dash for cash by Roots. It goes to 46, Wade Thorne. For second, it'll be the number 7 of Matt Young, the 08 of Cole Ecker, 76 Sean Taylor, and the 08 on the racetrack of Pat Farrell. So tonight, Dash for Cash, brought to you by Roots Gas Bar. And what a race he ran. Did not break out. His best time is 17.613. He has had a great year here at Sauble Speedway, and double doing it down at Oswego Speedway on the dirt on Friday nights. He gets better and better each week. He's out of Hagersfield driving for Jibs. Let's hear it for the 46 of Wade Thorne, everybody, your Dash for Cash winner.
Bring that with you, of course. You earned it. turn around, give these folks a look at what you look like after you do that many laps in a four-cylinder. It's a lot more work than people think.
Yeah, especially me. I've been consistent. I think probably lost 5 pounds of sweat here.
Tell me what this is like, because you run usually Friday nights, Osh weekend, and then you come here for Saturday night. This is different. This is a completely different way to race a car.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's nice running both because we get to push as hard as we can on the Fridays, and I come up here and really work on really being consistent and make sure the cars are on the same line every single lap.
Tell me a little bit about that race. You didn't really get into traffic. One of the restarts, I guess the second run you got into a little bit of traffic, but that's what makes it fun. That's when you really have to work.
Yeah, I know racing with Brian Wilson and Sean, even Cole Burrows, like those guys are clean. I had no problem at all. I knew they were going to get in my bumper. Brian gave me a pretty good push on that last restart. I really appreciate that, so I thank him a lot. I thank my dad so much. He's been driving me up here every Saturday. We tour up 3 hours here, 3 hours home after this race. It's just unbelievable to get this win. Even my other crew that aren't here tonight, Jake and his girlfriend Jamie and brother Kevin. This is awesome.
All right, congratulations. Go get a drink and go get $2,000. Biggest payday of the year for the combined